And there we go. The microphone is on, I think. Welcome, everyone. Glad to have y'all on board. I'm your host, DrFox2000. You're watching VolcanoX live stream. Happy August 30th of 2023. Welcome, everyone. Glad to have y'all on board. And let's see. Well, we're going to go around and find out what's going on. Anyway, we'll say hi to everyone. Apparently, we had someone streak in and streak out. I won't mention Linda's name. Oops, I boo-booed. All right, that's okay. Anyway, welcome everyone. First off, big welcome to our moderators, Arizona Snowman and Piggy and Sue and CND Boy and Yvonne Kunkel and Siggy and Gary 24/7 Live, AZ Skies, as well as Lucas Snow, Joseph Fields, Texas, and Mona Lisa Smiles, and maybe some others. Anyway, welcome moderators. Glad you guys are on board if you are. And I see Super Dave snuck in the door as well. Welcome, Super Dave. And let's say hi to everyone that's in here. So we'll get on it right away. Welcome to Lizoid and Kevin Williams, Super Dave, of course, Henry Nelson, Tom Dice, and Pepper, and Diane, and King Colin, and Robert Ferry, and Mark the Shark. Aloha. And going up, Judy M is also in the house. Dan is here. Welcome. Still scrolling up, Mars 2028 also on board. And let's see, and now we get to pick and choose a little bit more between names here. Connie Tyree is on board. Welcome, Connie. And going up a little bit more. Wow, I'm already up as far as I can go. I don't see any other names. Lizoid was the one who got the cookies. He sent them back in a few. Haven't seen him since. Yeah. Oh, hang on. You noticed that too, Henry? Oh, what happened? Hey, Super Dave. No, where's Henry's comment? I don't know if he noticed something too. Okay, anyway, yeah. So hope our wonderful friend Super Dave is having a good day. Anyway. Yeah, I was just, that was day 13, part 1 is the recording that we're actually viewing there. So some churning going on back then in the lovely Rebbe vent. So we like it. Pretty good day. Awesome there, Super Dave. And let's get on with things here. Speaking of how's the day going, I really haven't had much time to keep up to what was going on, so we'll take a look around, see what we can figure out as we move around here a little bit. Of course, this was canned lava. We're going to stop that. We're going to go to real views of Iceland for right now, if we can find them. I believe it's all these dark ones that I located here. Anyway, we're not seeing as much glow right there. You know what this is? That's our Rebbe event. We're going to go back in time a little bit, about 4 hours ago, 3.5 hours. Remember that glow we were seeing from our sulfur over here? Well, we're not seeing so much of it. It's still off-gassing and smoking a fair amount, which is all right. I'm not sure why that's not in 1080p. There we go. It does look pretty good. I don't know if more material collapsed here. That looks awful fresh on the bottom portions here. Maybe a little bit did. Nothing more out of that corner, so that's kind of what we're seeing. If we go back a little ways, I know this camera was off for a while. I don't know why, but this was when it was still on, and a fair amount of smoke coming out of there, so all good. And let's see, was it on earlier? Yeah, that was off for a while. I guess it may not have been getting enough power or something, running on batteries. Anyway, and that's what it was looking like at 11:21 a.m. Iceland time. and that is not too bad. So we'll leave that guy be, put him back on live. We'll go to the next one, and of course that one, you see the lights off in the distance there. That is Reykjavik, the capital city. We'll go back about 3 hours on this view. There you can see the whole region, and there's our Rebbe vent, Kalir in the background. You can see some of the houses, barely, of Reykjavik in the background there as well. Nice lava flow, but nothing new, nothing strange or outrageous, so we'll leave that one be. We're going to make that smaller again, this one too. And go to our next shot. This one, again, in the dark. Let's move it back about 6 hours and see what we've got. Yep, too cloudy. There is the top of Ragnar right there. They did move the camera slightly. This one is up on Thormjorn. That is south of the Blue Lagoon and the power plant. So we're looking over to the northeast here, and well, it would be, what is it over here? I'm trying to think of not Creaky is this area here, so that's what we got. So pretty cool. Anyway, nothing strange or wonderful there. We'll leave that one be. Go to the next shot, see what else we got. This of course is downtown Reykjavik, a beautiful city. If you haven't ever gone, I recommend it, and try the hot dogs. My phone's ringing. Hang on. Okay, and that was the guy I was working with there today. He just asked if I had taken a picture of a cell unit, an LTE unit, and no, I didn't, because I wasn't required to. Although I did take a bunch of pictures, but not of that unit. Anyway, so yeah, this was what our wonderful Reykjavik is looking like. And that is from looking towards downtown there from the Perlin Center, and pretty awesome to see that. Let's leave it there, though. Nothing really going on other than some clouds. Back to live. That's the present view, and we'll move to the next shot. And this one is supposed to be looking at Katla. This is going back about 7 hours. Not visible. And let's see. Do we have a time in here that it was? Well, almost. We do see a little bit further. No, it ain't gonna work. What about way back? Oh yeah, there we go. A little bit. And you can just see the ice mounds there on top of the mountain. That, of course, is covering, the ice is covering Katla. And that's what we've got there right now. Wow, that looks different. That almost looks like a herd of cows or something. I don't know. Huge. Anyway, don't know what that is. But anyway, that's what we've got going on there. That's going back, though, about 11 hours and 40 minutes. Long ways back. Let's put that back on live, and we'll make that one smaller. Go to the next shot. This one, of course, is looking over at Askja area, and that is supposed to be somewhere in here, I think. I don't know. I'm not well oriented with this particular map or this particular view here. Nobody's ever shown me where we're actually located and looking. Anyway, that's about what is it, 6.5 hours ago. Looks not bad, but we don't see any volcanic activity in the background here, so that's usually a pretty good indicator. Everything is quiet, so that's all good. I'll ask, because you had Hillary, and then I something over Florida. Yeah, Idalia, you got it. First time I ever heard the name Idalia. I've heard it before, they're going south, but it is an unusual name. Anyway, putting that back on live, making it smaller, and going to the next view. And this is supposed to be a view of Katla as well, and I bet you we won't see it from this side either, unless we go way back. And let's see how far back we can go. We can't go far enough to be able to see it. Alright, so not going to worry about Katla for that view. And then the last one, of course, is our panoramic, and that is over looking at Kalir, and here's our wonderful Rebbe, Storyhurter on the side here. No, not Storyhurter, Littihurter is right here. And that, of course, is a Rebbe, that's a Kalir, and Little Kalir, and the lava flow. Can't see Reykjavik, too many clouds, and that is what we've got. So we'll leave that be, put it back on live. That's the current view. Unfortunately, not very visible. Moving on, let's go over to the harmonic tremor map, or, well, the charts. The charts, that's what I want to say. Hey, while we're on Askia, let's just look at what happened here last night. Looks like they had a pretty good quake right at midnight there, and then a few small ones in the area. Looks like magma. The stuff is going downward, and it almost looks like our seismic and tectonic are trying to dance together. That's interesting. Anyway, I wanted to go and take a look. So that's for Askia. Let's go down and see our ODF one, and that is right here. And yep, yesterday we had a downward trend. Thanks for tolerating you. Wow, and that is awesome, Super Dave. Thanks for the super chat. And you're always welcome here. Super Dave. I'm just writing that down. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it. And we'll tolerate you. Anyway, yeah, so yesterday magmatic went way down. Same thing with seismic as well as tectonic. So today we see a resurgence. It's building its way back up, hoping that it continues to climb. And of course here we've seen it start to get a little bit more activity, and whenever we see it just continuing like this, that to me is always a good sign. That means something is moving down below. And if there is indeed magma from that magma intrusion that was mentioned day before yesterday, we may be seeing a recurrence. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yep, Henry, get that wonky donkey going. He needs to get him in there and get him drilling holes. We've got magma. We need it delivered to the surface. And that is all cool. Anyway, that's what we've got going on there. Let's go over and we will take a look at our earthquakes for the region. Whoa, that's not an earthquake. Let me fix that. This is an earthquake. Okay, and there's 75 earthquakes. And let's go over them really quickly today. We don't see anything way up in the north here, and we don't see anything way out in the water in the south. Biggest one on the map is that 3.7 sitting on top of Kalir. Let's take a look at the Reykjanes Peninsula first, and we'll zoom through some of these. 0.66, 4.9 kilometers down, 8:42 a.m. And then real close to Grindavik, 0.35, 4.4 kilometers down, 1:33 this morning. Next one is right in Grindavik, and that is 0.09, 4.1 kilometers down, 7:27 this morning. I doubt that they would have felt it. You might have seen the camera shake. There's a Thorbjorn, and of course this is one of these little quakes are 0.8, 3.9 clicks down, 9:21. This one is a 0.94, 4.9 kilometers down, 9 a.m. Next one a 0.11, 2 kilometers down, 9:26 this morning, and 0.05 from 2.6 kilometers down at 9:12. And just about, I think, right in the parking lot of the power plant, a 0.3, 4.5 kilometers down, and that's a 6:54 a.m. for him. Pretty cool. And yeah, that's the Blue Lagoon right there. That's the power plant. So that's what we're looking at. We've got one over on the other side, a 0.26, 5.1 kilometers down, 7:26 this morning. And then we take a look here. That outlying, of course, is our Fraggernell Fjeld area. And Fraggernell Fjeld, of course, is going to give us something. No, a 1.1, sorry, a 0.11, 5.1 kilometers down, 5:58 this morning. And then we go in here. This is where Ragnar is. That's a Siggy Fisher, and that's a Rebbe up here. This one over a little bit, and that is in Gellingadarler, 0.3, 6.9 kilometers down, 6:08 this morning. Next one a little closer to Rebbe, a 0.28, 10 kilometers down, 3:27 was the time on it. And in between Rebbe and Kalir, we've got a 0.55, 6.2 kilometers down from 4:49. Zooming out a little bit, we'll leave that. I don't think anything's happening there. We got a 0.3, 5 kilometers down, 11:58 there. 1.8, 5.1 clicks down, 16:03. A 1 in magnitude, 5.1 clicks down, 18:44. And then we've got a 0.5, 5.3 kilometers down, 13:13. A 0.7, 6.1 clicks down, 18:26. And a 0.36, 5.6 kilometers down, 9:25. Moving a little further over, we see a 0.76, 6.3 kilometers down, 4:39 for him. And then we've got a 0.2, 5.2 clicks down, 23:16 seems to be the latest quake on the map. And this one here from 4:54, it's a 0.24, 5.1 kilometers down. Down here we've got three of them, 0.26, 3.1 clicks down, and that is from 23:47, 0.84, 4.5 kilometers down at 23:46. And from 1:08 a.m. a 0.15, 3.9 kilometers down for that guy. Not much swarming up north here. We'll take a look at these three. 3:56 a.m. a 0.36, 3.6 kilometers down. 1.3, 4.8 clicks down from 1917. And there's a 2 here. We got a 0.81, 8.2 kilometers down, 4:05. And the other one is, hang on, from 4:40 a.m., a 0.88. Let's not get them confused. 5.5 kilometers down. Pretty cool. And right here at Hekla, we have a 0.3, 35 kilometers down, 35 meters down, not kilometers. 16:06. Likely an avalanche or something. Maybe some ice sliding down. Who knows? 16:57, we had a magnitude 1, and that was 5.9 kilometers down. North of Eyjafjallajökull, we have this 2, and it's a 5.2 kilometers down from 14:58. Now getting into our Katla region, we do have a 0.29, 135 meters down, 6:04 this morning. A 0.33, same thing, 135 meters down, 7:33. And 7:28, we had 0.18, and that too is 35 meters down. 135 meters, I mean. And that is 2.83, 1.4 kilometers down, 23:50. And next one is a 1.83, 42 meters down from 2351. Then we've got a 0.82, 135 meters down, 4 minutes after midnight. This one is 16 minutes after midnight, a 0.57, also 135 meters down. And that big one again, 3.7, 1.1 kilometer down from 2349. And let's keep going here since we're on a roll. We'll finish these off. 0.1, 3.4 kilometers down, 2054. From 1959 we had a 1.2, and that is a 4.5 kilometers down. And Bardabunga right there, and this is a 0.8, 3.8 kilometers down from 1350. And this is moving up a little bit more. Askja, a 0.75, 3.7 kilometers down, 1001 is the time on that one. A 0.14, 6.7 kilometers down, 1 a.m. and a 1.3, 5 kilometers down from 302. Over here, and we've got a 0.27, 8.4 kilometers down from 935, and that's Herdebreit. Moving on up, we do have a bunch up here. They're all scattered all over the place. I don't know if we want to make heads or tails out of it. Anyway, 6:11 a.m., 1.2, 6.2 clicks down. Then we got a 1.3 beside it, a 15.6 kilometers down from 1852. The other one, 1.3, yeah, 15.6 clicks down. What else is under there? We try that one, 0.8, 5.1 kilometers down, 2019. Then we've got a 1.18, 9.5 kilometers down, 644. 0.23, 5.9 clicks down, 50 minutes after midnight. And a 0.28, 3.8 kilometers down, 8:36 this morning. And a 1.4 from 5.2 kilometers down, 8:10. And let's move over onto the other side and grab some of the ones we didn't look at. And there's this one here, a 0.31, 9.3 kilometers down, and that is from 303 this morning. 0.996 kilometers down, 301, and a 0.66, 6.7 kilometers down, 306, and this one, a 0.85, 9.1 kilometers down, 339 this morning. Zooming back out, we got a 0.1 down here, 5.2 kilometers down, 636, and this one here, 0.7, 4.3 kilometers down from 1033. I think we got most of them. That 0.7 up there, 14.6 kilometers down, 301 this morning, and this 0.71, 8.6 clicks down, 4:29 a.m. I think that's good. That lets us know what we've got for earthquakes. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for earthquakes today and for there. In Iceland, it looks pretty cool, and nothing really exciting that's going to make us wonder. A little bit of shaky stuff going on in Katla, but all cool. Anyway, we'll put you back on some canned lava. We'll get that rumbling and moving, and throw some music back on. It is time for me to go take a break. Feel like humidity equals 300%. 300%. Are you drowning? 91%. Cool. Hey, what's that mouse doing? That was a hamster. I seen him do that. Oh, he's pointing at those people. I see what he's doing. All right, Super Dave, you take care. And come back anytime you like. Anyway, I'm going for a break. It's that time. I need to. Be good, everyone. If you haven't hit that like button yet, give it a quick bop. Also, if you have not yet subscribed, consider subscribing if you like the show. On that friendly note, I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I will be back in 5, 6, or 7 minutes. Don't go away. Keep smiling. Here comes some music, and play nice in the lava. And there we go, that microphone is back on. Welcome back everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you're watching a VolcanoX live stream. And wow, I'm just checking out some stuff on the weather map. I actually wanted to see where we were at. Thank you for the welcome backs from Henry and Mars 2028 and Diane and CND Boy. And yeah, CND Boy was kind of talking about the storms, and everyone else was chiming in. So I figured we'd take a look here. Looks like we've got another one that's developed out here in the Atlantic. So we got this guy sitting there, and then of course this mess. So the eye of the hurricane obviously has busted up here, and we now have, it looks almost like two separate storms from the looks of things. One out in the water and the other one sitting over top of South Carolina, wreaking havoc, and likely going to move through up north here. Grandma B, if you happen to be listening, hunker down, get everything ready. This could be a rough one for you. Anyway, that is what we're seeing. Twin terrors, yep, you bet. That's kind of what I see that. And I thank you, Wonky, for the welcome back as well there. And yeah, it doesn't look too friendly. Sue was getting some weather up there for her area. Here's Halifax, and Sue is, where is she? Somewhere in here. A Coal Harbor, let's see, will it show up? Manningville, where's a Coal Harbor? Darn it, I don't know where it is. Oh, there, right there, Coal Harbor. So that's where she is, and that's where Halifax is. So when we look at that storm, most of that storm is out in the Atlantic as well, luckily. So we're kind of skimming past them. Hopefully that'll be okay for her, and hopefully everyone there will fare well as well. Grandma B and I will miss out on the action. I'll be moving to the ocean soon. I really will just get rain. You think this is going to move out into the ocean as well? This whole thing? I don't know. That may be interesting. I don't know what's going to happen there yet. And welcome, Valerie. Also seen, who else popped in here? Brian, Perfectibility 999, welcome. And I think that's all for right now. If I didn't say hi to you, we'll try doing that later. Anyway, let's leave that be for right now. We do see those storms. They did have things split up, and yeah, they're saying a hard right along north, a hard right, okay, along north and South Carolina border. That is interesting. Yeah, if it heads over there, it hits somewhere around here, then yeah, it may head out to see that whole thing, and then it'll go up the coast and meet up with this guy, and then they'll really get big. and that'll go up to New York and flood everybody out. I have no idea what's going to go on there. Anyway, that's not the only area that has storms. We see some really bad storms over here in, of course, Guam area, and going in here towards the Philippines, and of course right there in the this Bay Area. So everybody's getting it. Hong Kong is right here, and of course the Philippines here, and you can bet your booties they're getting stormed right now over at our wonderful volcano Taal, as well as Manila and so on. And then just don't be in the water right now. You're not going to fare well with that, or this, or that one. And whatever else is coming along here. Wow. Hawaii, not too bad. They do have some puffy clouds around them, but that's okay. But yeah, that's looking pretty nasty for those guys. The rest look okay. We do see one here in Africa. I don't know if that's going to make a big difference for anyone, but yeah, that's a big storm there as well. Okay, let's leave those be. Get back to our other stuff. We'll leave that map up there for now. Next place to venture was Popocatépetl, and we want to take a look at what it is doing right now, and that is kind of what we see right now. And during the day, they were getting some storm clouds and stuff as well, and then they had commercials and everything, just like this one. Anyway, if we go back a bunch of time here, 7 hours ago, the cloud wasn't quite as low yet, but if we go back 8 hours ago, it was a lot better. There you can actually see the volcano pluming up more material as it has been. This is a 9:36 a.m. for that guy. And if we go back a little bit more here from 8:19, same thing, still pluming up. If we go back a little bit more, 6:54, that's almost another hour and a little bit, and still doing exactly the same thing. As we get back even further in time, 5:49, still pluming away. So that is what Popocatépetl is doing. That's the shot right now. You can see it is continuing to do that. Let's actually, there is a report for Popocatépetl. Let's go over here for a second. And I have it loaded up on that scene. Popocatépetl, Mexico, eruptive activity continues. And that was the eruption from Popocatépetl volcano on August 28th. And that is what they were seeing there. So not bad. And the next one here, incidents of eruptions from Popocatépetl volcano over the past 2 weeks. And there you can see some of the activity in the last couple of weeks. So pretty awesome. And explosivity, I don't know, explosions, and just 3 over there on the 27th. Looks pretty awesome. Let's see what else they got. This is a slight increase of volcanic tremors over the past 3 days. And of course, the 29th, they don't have that much data for yet, but it definitely looked like it was dropping back off when you're looking at that graph. It peaked on the 27th and dropped again on the 28th. Anyway, that is where Popocatépetl is. That is about 70 kilometers southeast of Mexico City, and that is in Mexico, of course. The explosive eruption at the volcano continues. According to Cenepred Volcano Observatory, volcanion-sized explosions have appeared from the summit vent at roughly regular intervals of 2 to 3 per day, almost every 2 days over the past week. Okay, so in the early night of August 28th, an explosion generated a glowing lava bomb-sized material escorted associated with emissions of ash and gas, reaching an altitude of approximately 25,000 feet or 7,600 meters, and drifted west-northwest. Tells you about the seismicity and all that stuff. We don't need all that. Okay. People are advised to avoid the crater within a 12-kilometer radius, so 6 kilometers away. That's pretty good. Keeps everyone safe. Anyway, that is what the Popocatépetl was looking like there on the 28th, with a little bit of a lava eruption. I think we might have had a peek at one of those. Anyway, let me get back over to the other map here, or the other channel, and as soon as I find it, there it is. And we'll move that one, we'll leave that be, we'll go to the next one. This one, of course, Fuego, and Fuego's in a little further south in Guatemala. We do see it off-gassing right there, present time 17:51, so that is a live shot. I don't know if the clock is right, but prior to that they did have a lot of cloud in there, and it was really tough to make out what was going on. In between the clouds you can kind of see that black smoke though, or a very dark material, and that of course being volcanic ash. If we go further back though, we do start to get a little bit better views, and that is at 10:30 a.m. You do see it throwing up some material right there, and the exhaust plume up into the sky, so doing very well. And let's see if we can go back here. Here's another reasonable eruption at 9:28 a.m. If we go a little further back, we do see some other ones as well. This one, 8:01, looks pretty awesome. So it's been busy again. 7:09 a.m. That's a pretty nice plume there. And all good for what we're... Oh, hang on, what's going on here? Hey, who put that there? There we go. That's better. I don't know how much you missed. Anyway, I had to shake it. Yeah, I don't know why it wasn't moving. I was looking, going, what do you mean, still at Popo? All right, we're there. Anyway, yeah, what I was showing you earlier was this kind of stuff where it was just coming out of the clouds, some nice plumage, and that, of course, at 10:30. And the present view, of course, is this right there. So that's what we're seeing. Anyway, let's go all the way back, and even, I don't know if we can get into the nighttime stuff or not. We're pretty close. 5:57 a.m. Looks a little funny, but I don't know. I think we caught it after the color change on the camera already, so we're really not going to see any glow. Anyway, that's what I was doing for Fuego in Guatemala. We'll make that one smaller. Go to the next shot. This one is, and it did change, this is a Messiah volcano. If we get that up there, we can see it says Messiah. There we go. And we can see a little bit of a crescent of lava down there. I'm going to refresh it, see if it glows a little bit more. It's exploding like a 50s TV. Ooh, a 50s TV. I like them. They used real heavy sweep tubes and huge transformers. They used to be a real power draw, those big TVs. Anyway, this doesn't seem to be refreshing very well. Oh, there it goes. Finally, 17:47 is what the time is of this picture. Anyway, you can definitely see that lava glowing in the caldera down at the bottom there. Don't fall in. It's a one-way ticket. Next one is this guy, and I'm surprised we have visibility. That is Rincon de la Vieja. And we can actually see the rim of the crater and some very darkish looking cloud in there. I don't know if that's from the volcano or if that is weather cloud, but it sure is dark, and you can definitely see the edge of the volcano. That's better than seeing the chair. I was thinking of the chair. Anyway, that's what we got there. Let's go to the next shot. A little further south, and this one, of course, is from Chile. I did refresh this earlier here, just before the sun started going down there, and just as I got in the door, so we caught that. Not that much going on there. A little bit of off-gassing from Alaska, but nothing crazy. Next one, of course, is Laguna del Mole. and of course clouds moving through, so pretty hard to tell what's really going on there. Still a lot of snow sitting there, and I don't see any abominable snowmen or anything like that wandering around. Likely too cold and yucky. Next one is, of course, our Villarrica, and I don't think we seen it at all amongst those clouds. There might have been one or two frames, and that's it. So far, I didn't see it yet. So, yeah, no, I don't think there's any frames. All right, let's leave that be, and we'll go put this back on a Popo or this one. Ooh, that's actually a lot better now. No, that's not from now. That's from earlier. Let's put that back on live. That's better. That's where the confusion comes in. I got to learn to put everything back on live. Otherwise, I think things are happening multiple times. And let's go to our next volcano of interest. And that is, of course, Merapi. And we're going to see if Merapi will make us happy. I just got to find it. There's a Merapi. And make that bigger. Looks like somebody stuffed a cotton ball in the top of a Merapi. I don't know what that's for, but it looks like a cotton ball. All right, let's go back a little bit and see if that cotton ball did anything, or was it there earlier? It wasn't there earlier. Oh, it was further up top. We do see some lava coming down the hill, and that is on that shot. Not seeing too much on the other camera views here, so interesting. And let's see if we can spot some lava flows here. What is going on here? There should be something happening. The moonlight did allow a little bit of visibility. You can see some of that in the bottom left-hand corner there. That IR cam, we do see some of that sliding down here. Very little of it, though, unfortunately. And I don't know if, well, hang on, we'll see if this will be a better bacon shot right about here. Yeah, you can see it flowing down, and you can actually see it's creating, it's a phoenix cloud. As that material is moving downward, you can see some of those boulders already down here in the bottom. So they're zipping along pretty quick, and they're creating their own little phoenix clouds, as you can see down on the bottom right-hand side, or bottom left, I should say. The bigger boulders are already way down here at the bottom, and this is just the residual dust cloud that has been developed by it. So pretty cool. Let's see if we can find some more spots here that were nice and lavally. Come on, Merapi, you're not making me happy. Not yet, anyway. A nice view, but nothing there. Okay, hang on. We had a spot here where there's a lot of lava. Let's see, right about there. We see little tiny bacon streaks coming down. Not enough to make me happy, darn it. But we do see it over here on the other side in the IR. And definitely interesting looking. And of course, they've got the other shot of the top of the caldera here. That is actually pretty good. Anyway, you see that bacon coming down the hill on both cameras. Unfortunately, not so visible. And I think it's partially because of haze, and partially because it's got a little bit of moonlight. So we're not seeing things quite as clearly as we could. And I'm just trying to find other spots here where we had some action, and there was right around here. There should have been a little bit of a bacon flow. There it is at 22:28 yesterday for them, and you can see it rolling down the hill as well as over here on the color side. Definitely moving a little bit, so pretty awesome to see that. So, does Merapi make us happy? Well, yeah, I guess it did fairly well. We have some bacon. That's the important part. And it is continuing to do what it needs to do. So, that is all good. Hermione, welcome. Glad to have you on board. Let's put this back to live. We'll make that one smaller. We'll go to the next one. I have a quick peek at Mount Ruapehu, and I don't know if it was showing at all. They've got a lot of clouds over there. Could we see it earlier? I don't know. Nope, too many fluffy clouds on top of it. What's our sun? Oh, well, there you can see it. No clouds on there right at sunrise. 6:34 a.m. form. That was actually not a bad shot. So, awesome, but nothing happening. It's not erupting, so we'll carry on with life. And we'll hit the next one. And this one here, of course, is Taupo. Taupo is, of course, the caldera. It's a very large lake here. That is the caldera for Taupo. You can see some of the white sticking through there. That is Mount Ruapehu in the background behind those clouds. So that's where it's sitting. Anyway, not overly windy. We can see our little wind flags doing all right, and the same thing with the other ones. So not too bad, but doing all right. Anyway, that is what we've got for there in New Zealand. This shot, of course, courtesy of a Suncourt Hotel and Conference Center there in Taupo. And if you stay there, you can have a nice view of the lake, and of course, Ruapehu in the background and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, it is time for me to go take a break. So let's make this smaller again, and we'll get that on the proper screen. Go back over there, make sure those guys are fixed up. Get you back on to the canned lava, and I am going to go take a break. For those good people who are here, if you have not yet hit that like button, give it a quick bop. Also, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing. Hi, One Fish. Nice to have you swim on in. Anyway, I'm gonna go for that break. Keep smiling, everyone, and play nice in the lava. And let's see, what else we gotta do? No, turn on the music. There we go. I'll be back.
All I want, we had.
And there we go, the microphone is back on. Hey Sue, no worries, always welcome late or not. And glad you made it though, so pretty awesome. And thank you for the welcome back, as well as thanks One Fish 26 and Mars 2028. And oh, Mummy of Hamsters saying welcome back, Uncle Doc, oink oink. Awesome, thank you, and let's get on with things. And we want to go take a look at some bacon seeds. That's what's next on our list. So let's pause our lavely lava, and we'll get over to our bacon seeds and see what's going on. Sue, I hope your area isn't getting too much of a storm. We looked at the weather there earlier. It looked like more of it was offshore, so hopefully that is okay. Anyway, this is our last bacon seed from yesterday, and our wonderful Piggy has sent us some more. And here's our first one. And that little guy has figured out the puzzle. I don't know. Is that a puzzle? Anyway, he is looking pretty intelligent. That is a nice looking little bacon seed. Lots of rain. Uh-oh. Next one is this one. And, oh, it's a boy. And it says number 2 there. Ha! Where's he going? He's trotting away. He says, I'm not going to put up with this picture taking. I'm not a boy, I'm a pig. Anyway, and next one. Okay, we have 2 piggies there. Well, okay, maybe just one. All right. Looking pretty good. Mr. Spots there is kind of enjoying with his friend. Well, friend on the right-hand side there. I don't know. Is that really a pig? All right, let's go take a look at the next picture. Hey, the same guy. Or hang on, no, not the same guy. Let's confirm that. No, okay, and you take a look at the forehead. Definitely a different piggy. Yep, definitely a different one. Let's keep going. Hey, they're passing off counterfeit bacon seeds. I know, isn't that terrible? The things that people will do nowadays, Mars, it's just incredible. Passing off counterfeit bacon seeds. Wow. Next little bacon seed is this one, and that is pretty nice looking. Some bling to it. Very, very tiny, but some bling to it. Smiling nonetheless. Next one, we can't get smaller than that. That is a tiny little bacon seed, and he's got a smile on his face. That is awesome. And you can't really get too much smaller, I don't think. A very, very tiny little guy. And next one, some teacup-sized pigs. And that is cool. And what else we got? Some more. These ones are outdoors, a little bit bigger looking. Well, I don't know if they're bigger, but they're outdoors. So nice. All little babies today. Pretty awesome. Here's another little guy enjoying his being held and handled. So these are indeed little bacon seeds today, and that is awesome. Let's go take a look at our last one for today, and another little bacon seed. So yep, a big score all the way through. Tiny little bacon seeds. These are young ones. They will grow up, and they will eat you out of house and home. I don't know if they will or not, but that is awesome. Looking pretty darn good. So thank you, Piggy, if you're listening. You sent in some beautiful bacon seeds here for today, and they are all little tiny ones, and that is really nice to see. Okay, and let's carry on with other things. We so squeaking cute. Yep, they are. I can't help but say, hey, you know, I want one. If I didn't have, you know, if I had like a little acreage or something, and of course I'd probably get too many pets. That's the problem. I need somebody else to care for them while I was on my trips or something. But yeah, always interesting. Okay, I'm seeing a volume interjecting every now and again, and it shouldn't be. Are you guys hearing a crunch, a volume, like something popping in there? Because on occasion I'm seeing some audio fluctuating here. Let me turn that off, see what happens. Apparently it's still coming from somewhere. I wonder where the audio is. Huh. Let's see. Were we stuck there? No. You didn't need the, no hogwash today. That's probably a good thing. Double checking some of these other places here where there may be audio coming through, and I don't see any. Where's a Popo Catty pedal? We had that earlier. I don't know where the extra volume is coming from. Let's see, that one is off, and this one is off, that one is off, that one doesn't have any, and that doesn't have any. Okay, and now I'm mystified. No idea what is causing the extra audio, since there's nothing open and playing. Are you guys hearing something? Fan noise? Other than fan noise? I'm going to shut my microphone off here for a second. I want to see if there... I see the meter deflecting here. Nothing? No other noise? Okay, I'm baffled. I'm hearing a strange clicking noise. Strange? It's aliens. Oh no. Anyway, bacon seeds, beautiful today. We already had a look at Merapi, and let's get to the next one. And Irish monk. Welcome, Irish monk. I don't know what you said, but you retracted it so quickly. Okay, good evening, Dr. Fox from our wonderful Nancy Buchanan, and good to have you on board. I am not. Okay, nobody else is hearing anything, so okay, that is all good, and we're not going to worry. Guess it's just a weird noise thing coming up. All right, I wanted to go over to Semeru now. Let's take a look at Semeru, see if we see anything nice over there, and then we'll carry on. Well, no, not very nice right now. Lots of clouds in there, and again, that's likely why they are zoomed way out. It was cloudy all the way through as we go here, and all the way into the nighttime. So no visibility of Semeru today, unfortunately, and that is the way it is. And Dr. Fox, sometimes my misspelling becomes a new language. Ah, and it's not Irish or English or French or anything. Well, I do have those occasions when I do that myself, so no worries there, Irish monk. Anyway, that's what we've got at Semeru. Let's move on. We're going to make that one smaller, and let's see if we have anything happening at Lava TV cabs. No new stuff from him, and I don't believe we have anything from Tall Meditation. Whoop, a double ALL there, and we'll hit There we go. Let's see if we can find anything from there real quick. Lives, no. 2 months ago. Darn it! I wish that guy would get back on there. It would be so cool. Anyway, we'll leave that one there. We'll get rid of it. I'm not going to worry about that. Put it back on to Semeru, and I want to see if we have other ones open. Let me work on this for a second here. We're going to see if we have anything coming from a Stromboli yet. Maybe. Nope, Firefox can't open this page. To protect your security. Why? I don't want this blocked. To see the page, you need, need a new window. And then I got a 404 error. Okay, that is not working. Alright, and we'll leave that one be. I was trying to see if we could have a look at Stromboli, but that's not going to work. Let's get over to the other one, and we're going to go take a look at Mount Etna. This, of course, is from a little time ago. Let's see if we can improve that quality slightly. There we go. 1943, and we do see some smoke coming off the other side here as well. So I'm not sure what the heck is going on as far as eruptive activity. We definitely see smoke coming out of the top of Mount Etna. That's the southeast vent. That stuff may be coming from another vent on the other side, or it's just behind here and we don't see where it's actually coming from. It's up fairly high, at least some of it is. Anyway, that's what we were seeing there. If we go back, and we had a little bit too much cloud in there, couldn't tell what it was doing, and the same goes for earlier in the day. So as we go back, this is all the way back. We can actually see a little bit better at 1319. You can see some of that steam and puffiness, and that definitely looks like it's coming from a second event in the back side here. So something else is erupting and smoking, and that is cool. Let's put that back on live. Let's go take a look at the other one here, and we'll take a look at what it was looking like from this angle. And yep, you can definitely see a lot of that material, and it looks like it was coming down into the valley, which is kind of weird considering it typically floats along the top here, but kind of different, I guess. Let's see if we go back a little earlier. Do we see anything different? This is really not that much different. A lot of smoke in the air, but nothing really happening. Let's make that one smaller and make sure the other one is small too. And we'll go over to the tremor chart now. I'm looking at this. I'm happy with this. This is on a steady increase, as we can see here. And if it continues, I will be very happy, because that means it's getting into an eruptive phase if it does that. So it's building up some momentum. We'll see what happens with it. Checking on the time, just wanted to see where we're at. Let's see, we did Semeru. Let's go to Japan and see what we've got there in Japan real quick. And then I think I want to sneak the volcano report in. Gotta find Japan. Where is it? It's here somewhere. Somebody took Japan. Oh, I found it. I made it bigger. No ice cream boat. Darn it. How come? Not much happening at the volcano. If we go back a little ways here, we see it was a little clear at times and a little darker at others. So that wasn't too bad. That's 6:48. If we go back another hour or so into a twilight, we see kind of a smoke and haze sitting out in front of it here, making me wonder, was it erupting? And we couldn't see that. So let's see if we go right about here. Yeah, too dark to tell, really. I don't know, I've got a bunch of speckles on there. It looks like it might be camera noise rather than stars in the backgrounds. Anyway, that's what we were seeing. I'm going to put that back on live. No ice cream boat. We'll check on that when we come back. This, of course, is the closer up view. If we go back a couple of 3 hours and 23 minutes, and there we can see what it was looking like at that point. If we go back further, we see that the cloud did kind of sit right on top of that again. I'm not seeing where though. Yeah, it did actually descend right on down on top of it. So that's what it is. It's just clouds landing. It's either that or a spaceship that's cloaked using clouds and landed on top of the volcano. But I'm not going to suggest that. Anyway, this was earlier, and that was a pretty wild looking as well. You can see some of that rain coming down. Pretty cool. Let's leave that be. Put it back on the live, and we'll get to the next shot. I'm not going to bother with the close-up. This one is of ASO, but as you can tell, ASO is not visible. It's raining a whole bunch there. And let's see what we got here when we look at it earlier. More rain. Somebody tried to keep the camera dry, but it didn't work. Yep, not going to have any visibility from ASO, so we'll make that one smaller. Let's go to the next one. Looks like no visibility there either. That is Asama, and Asama is not showing. It's in the clouds, and it didn't matter where we looked. It was in the clouds. So, yep, you can kind of see it a little bit there. Not much, but you can just make out a little smidgen of it. Anyway, if we go back really far, yeah, you can almost see it there as well. Hard to tell with the way the clouds are. Anyway, that's what our Japanese stuff is looking like today, ladies and gentlemen. We'll put that back on live. Going to make that smaller again. Go back and wait. Here's the incoming ice cream boat. For those who are waiting patiently, your ice cream boat is just about ready to dock. They are slowing down and getting ready. So you can definitely head down for an ice cream during the break. And then that'll be pretty cool. Actually, I think it's cool. And of course, let's see, we'll cover what's next on the list. Well, we'll come back and we'll do the volcano report, and then we'll go see what's shaking around the planet earthquake-wise. So that'll be all right. Anyway, Irish monk, how you doing today? And Grandma B, I hope, sorry I'm late, I was talking to my daughter. No worries, Grandma B. Never have to worry about being sorry for that. It's always, family comes first, as far as I can tell. So, anyway, what was I going to say here? Oh, Grandma B, are you going to get stormed too, or you're going to stay safe there with most of that storm heading back out to the Atlantic? That would be good. Hoping that's exactly what happens, that you don't get too much of a mess there. Anyway, I do want to go take a break, so there's a 4 for ice cream. Don't hog all, yeah, all of it. Yeah. Come on, it's all for sharing. I'm okay here. Not even a rain yet. Oh, wow. Okay, and that is good, actually, I think. Okay, I'm going to go take that break. Be good, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to throw that music back on, and we'll put it back on the canned lava and let that rip. And don't go away. We'll get that motoring, and that doesn't have volume on it. Here's the music, hit the like button if you haven't done that yet. I'll be back. And there we go, the microphone is back on. I know we've lost a few people there, but hey, these things happen on occasion. Hopefully we're back, and I don't know what all transpired here, but I come looking at it, and it just all of a sudden stopped. Everything stopped. The lava froze, the music stopped, and I thought, no, I wasn't even touching it. And anyway, rebooted, so it's all good. Let's see. All right, we were gonna go do the volcano report next. I guess. Well, nobody said welcome back. Oh, welcome back, DrFox2000. Thanks, Mars. There we got one in there. All right. Thanks, Sue, for the welcome back. That's awesome. Okay, we got 33 people back in here now, so that's all right. Good to have you guys on board. And Sharon Stewart saying, I hear you, Dr. Fox 2000. Anyway, all good. Anyway, let's go do the volcano report. Thank you, Kathy, and aloha. So, volcano report. Late Tuesday's volcanic activity. One volcano, only one on the list. Sabancaya in Peru. Continuous ash emissions to 24,000 feet, 7,300 meters, reported at 1930. And for today, we've got 8 on our list. So Wednesday's volcanic activity, 8 volcanoes. Semeru, East Java, volcanic ash observed to 15,000 feet, 4,600 meters, reported at midnight. Nevado del Ruiz in Colombia, new volcanic ash emissions to 19,000 feet, 5,800 meters, reported at 1 a.m. And then volcanic ash emissions seen in satellite and webcam to 19,000 feet or 5,800 meters at 12:15. A little further south, Reventador in Ecuador, volcanic ash emissions continue to 14,000 feet, 4,300 meters, reported at 2 a.m. And then frequent volcanic ash emissions seen in satellite and webcam to 15,000 feet or 4,600 meters, reported at 13:15. Irish monk, EU directive for rabbits and or lava. Awesome. Irish monk. I gotta write that down. Thank you kindly, Irish monk. That is very good of you, and or the EU, either or, and do appreciate that wonderful super chat. Thank you kindly. And wabbits, eh? Actually, speaking of wabbits, this morning I went out to go to work, and of course I always peek around the back of my van and see if any of the rabbits are in the feeding area, and of course I didn't see any earlier. Wow! Hang on, I didn't see any, but I thought, okay, well, I didn't see any when I looked out the window earlier, but when I went out behind the van, and here was Taylor sitting there, and of course I said hi to him, and he's just sitting proud listening to me, and I thought, oh, that's cool. Anyway, that was the bunny. Let's see, what happened here? I gotta take a look here and see, scroll back up. Sharon Stewart gifted a 10-pack. Sharon, that is awesome. Sharon Stewart gifted a 10-pack. That is very kind of you, Sharon, and congratulations to Valerie and Valerie Fuller and Ken Wilson and Shizzle and BK and Yona and Leroy Hildebrand and Ken Scott and Matt Beadle and Cookster Littlefield got nailed, and Honeydew as well. Congratulations to all of those wonderful winners there. And thank you very kindly, Sharon Stewart, for gifting that 10-pack. That is awesome. Okay, so where was I? We did Ventador, or well, we kind of did that. Frequent volcanic ash emissions seen in a satellite and webcam, 15,000 feet, 4,600 meters, reported at 13:15. Next one was Mayon and Luzon Island in the Philippines, a volcanic ash cloud, unknown height, reported at 3:30 this morning. Ulawan, New Britain, Papua New Guinea, a volcanic ash to 10,000 feet, 3,000 meters, reported at 5:15 this morning. Popocatépetl, central Mexico, we had that separate report. We already looked at that earlier in the show, so that's all good. And Sangay in Ecuador, volcanic ash emissions observed to 22,000 feet, 6,700 meters, reported at 7 a.m. And our good friend Sabancaya's back in the list again for today. It was yesterday as well. Continuous ash emissions to 24,000 feet, 7,300 meters, reported at 7:30 this morning. So that is our volcano report for today and yesterday's stuff. Thank you very kindly, Sue Hayes, for sending that in again. Really do appreciate that. And let's see, what else we got on the cooker here? We have enough time to go do earthquakes, so let's go pretend we can do them. Let me find the earthquake map. I did locate it. Let's see if it's still where it's supposed to be. It is. That is amazing. All right, we can do earthquakes without having to worry. Let's start out where we normally go, and that is up here in the Kamchatka Peninsula, because we have no other better starting point. It's one that I'm just used to. Anyway, there we see a nice little shaker, 4.8, not too far off the Kamchatka Peninsula, 22:38 yesterday, and that's 35 kilometers down. I did notice another quake up here in the Bering Strait, 4.7, and that was today from 11:58, 51.3 kilometers down. Looks like they had a whole little swarm up here. That is pretty cool and interesting. Going along the Aleutian Islands, we do see this one, the 5.1, 63 kilometers east, southeast of King Cove, Alaska. If we zoom in a little bit, we know our action for some of our stuff is happening over here at Shishaldin, and then of course Pavlov is either here or here. So that's shaking some stuff in the area. What's this little guy here? 19 kilometers. Okay, never mind. That is too small to count. Anyway, that is interesting to see that 5.1 from 12:59, 51.3 kilometers down. Sliding down here, we don't see too much more. We got this one, 3.4 just off the Oregon coast. On the Pacific plate, pushing the Juan de Fuca plate, and that is all cool. Sliding down a little bit more, I don't see too much in Central America, nothing until we get to Chile here, 5.3, and that's from 8:17, 44.8 kilometers down for him, 4.3, 3:07 a.m., 47.2 clicks down. And this one is a 4.6, 7:15 a.m., 53 kilometers down. Don't see anything out here in the South Sandwich Islands. Moving across a little bit, going to zoom out just to see if there's anything in the middle of the water, and no. We don't see anything new in New Zealand or the Kermadec Ridge or out here in Fiji even. We do have a few. Vanuatu's got a couple. They're calling that one New Caledonia, but that's on the bottom end of the islands of Vanuatu. Anyway, that is a 5.0, 7:54 this morning, and 10 kilometers down for that. The other end of Vanuatu has a 5.3. at 7:55 a.m. and that is 8.9 kilometers down for that one. Further up, Solomon Islands, I think. No, Santa Cruz Island, 5.1, and that's from 15:20 today. And sliding up, nothing in Papua New Guinea. Brand new quake, and that is very close to Luoltolak volcano. That's a 4.4 from 1820, 282.5 kilometers down for that guy. And over here we see a big 5.0, and not too far away from, there's a Krakatoa, and there's the earthquake. Come on, where are you? There you are. So, not that far away from it, so that's interesting. Anyway, 5.0, 2017 was the time, 41.5 kilometers down for that guy. And let's slide up here a little bit more. We did have one along the Japanese coastline. This one, 4.6, and that's from 1517, 48.8 kilometers down for that. Don't see anything else here in China or Afghanistan or those areas. We do have one here, a little odd, South Africa, 3.5, and that's from 1324, 5 kilometers down. 5 kilometers down, huh? Where is that in relationship to the gold mines? Because aren't the gold mines about 5 kilometers down? That's Johannesburg. Isn't that where the gold mines are? No, that's up at Petrolia or someplace like that. Interesting that they're getting a quake there. Maybe they are undercutting something. We'll leave that one be. I'm going to kind of go, all right. Nothing there in the Greece or Turkey and that area. Nothing along our mid-Atlantic ridge either, so that's okay. Let's just zoom in on Hawaii, see what that is doing. We got about 3 minutes left before the break, so let's have a quick peek. Not too many quakes here anyway, but we'll take a look. Pahala region first, that is this area, and we only have a few. That one is a 1.8 from 1353, 29.8 kilometers down. 1.2, 357 this morning at 32.2 clicks down. And the third one, 2.0 from 6:08 a.m. and that is 33 kilometers down. Moving over, we do see a few quakes in that same region, but definitely nowhere near as intense as what we were seeing before. 1.8 from yesterday at 22:23, 2.2 clicks down. This one 2.1, 10 a.m. and 2.4 kilometers down. This one is 2.0 at 10:37 was the time on it, 2.4 kilometers down. 2.2 from 1748, 1.3 kilometers down. 2.2 from 10:33, 1.8 kilometers down. 1.7 from 6:38, and that was 1.8 kilometers down. We had a 2.1, and that was from 2:52 a.m. 1.5 kilometers down. And then this guy, 1.8 from 1 minute after midnight, and that's 1.3 kilometers down. And next one is 1.8 from 9:27, 1.2 kilometers down. And this is a 2.0 from 1937, 1.7 kilometers down. And the other one on the other side, a 1.6 from 936, 1.7 kilometers down, and a 2.2 from 1104, and that is 1.5 kilometers down. Okay, so deepest over here, shallowest over here. Are we seeing something? Is something going to pop out of here? Anyway, 2-minute warning. Thank you, Sue. Very interesting to see. The closer we get, the shallower it gets, with at least with that set of quakes, and that is kind of neat. Makes a guy wonder what's going on. Anyway, we're going to throw this back on the wonderful canned lava, and hopefully that will run. I just want to see where we're at there with that. Yeah, it is continuing on from where it left off before, so that is all good. Anyway, I'm going to go for a break. After the break, we will have our SO2 map, and maybe we'll peek at the storms for a minute or so, and then we'll go from there. So that'll be cool. And let's do that. So maybe a Kilauea will erupt soon. You never know, Sue. You never know. Anything is possible. All right. Why am I seeing other stuff on my thing here? Oh, it's because it's not live. Why is it not live? I have to refresh my screen here. Darn it. I hate having to do that. It's showing me old data. It's saying, yeah, do it. Okay. It's like it ended the stream. It thinks it did that. It's supposed to be live. Why is this not live? The live stream isn't showing me a live stream. It's incredible. I don't know what to say. Okay, this is not working for me here for some reason. I don't know. This is odd. Very odd. Okay, anyway, we'll throw the lava back on here. And I've got that going, so we'll make sure that goes on. And I think I might have it there now. We'll see. Here comes the music. Oh, hang on. I got to start that thing yet. That is something I forgot to do. And get that going. Where is the music maker? Accessories, music, jukebox. No. Let's see. We'll do that. Where are we going to start that out? We listened to some of those things. I don't like this song. Let's start there. Okay. For those good people who are here, if you haven't hit that like button, give it a quick bop. And I'm going to be back in 5, 6, or 7 minutes. Don't go away. Thanks.
Small business owners, take your passion project to the next level.
go. The microphone is back on. Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you're watching VolcanoX live stream. Of course, archived video on the screen there. That is from day 13 of our wonderful Rebbe event popping. So pretty cool. Thank you for the welcome backs from Mars 2028 and Sue. And I hope those yellow jackets didn't come after you there, Lizoid. They're nasty. Anyway, I'm glad everyone's still hanging in there, and let's get over and we'll take a look at, well, I was going to say let's have a look at our SO2 map first, but no, we're going to look at that storm first and see where it is sitting. And that, of course, is what's happened to the storm. It's moved up quite a ways. It's now sitting completely in South Carolina. Well, actually, it's already gone into North Carolina as well. And it looks like it is making its way towards the coast here. So we'll see what happens. This seems to be moving a little further away. Yeah, yeah. You got to do it after the sun goes down. Ah, that means they're calmer, does it? The sting only hurts half as much. They bite first. Oh, they bite. Yep, they are nasty. Suicide for them to do the sting because it kills them. Anyway, so they bite. They're nasty. I don't like them. Anyway, that is what we're seeing there. So hopefully that does turn out into the water and gives North Carolina some reprieve, and Virginia as well. That'll be awesome. Okay, we do see the other storms out there in the Atlantic. There's a couple of them, and definitely not so nice. Also some over here in the Pacific, all the way over by the Philippines. We've got 3 of them lined up here, so some heavy-duty storms for those good folks. Hopefully everyone will be okay. Anyway, let's leave that be, and we'll get over to our SO2 stuff, and we'll have a look there. There's our SO2 map for today. And of course, looking, I just want to make sure this is 7 p.m. Wednesday. Yep, that's close enough. Kamchatka Peninsula, Russia. We do see from Shivlish as well as Klyashevskoy, Kurumsky, and down here from what is it? Aoba? No. What is it there? Yeah, something like that. Anyway, sorry. Mental block. We're seeing, Ibico. Sorry, Ibico is there. That's it. Thanks, Sue. Glad I got my walking dictionary there. Yeah, awesome, Sue. Thank you. Anyway, we see that the plume going down, getting pulled back up into the Aleutian Islands over here, where we're seeing a low sitting there. And of course, seeing a little extra here, and that is likely coming from someplace like Shishaldin, and creating a little bit of SO2 for those guys. Not bad for what we were seeing yesterday. The fire map, of course, tells you a whole different story, but northern Alberta and the southern portions of the Northwest Territories are having some terrible, terrible fires. We do see a circulation down in the southern end of the province trying to keep things a little cleaner, but we do have a lot of SO2 up top there. And the fire map, and I dare not do this, well, I'm going to refresh it actually, and we're going to zoom in just a little bit. There you can see most of everything, that activity in northern British Columbia, northern Alberta, and southern portions of our wonderful Northwest Territories, and that is where all that smoke and everything is. And you can see here in British Columbia lots of fires burning for those good folks as well. Anyway, that is what we're going to see is more smoke here. Let's stop that guy, and we'll just leave that be. Go back to the SO2. That's what's creating this. So lots of stuff going on. And we'll see that rise and drop into northern Ontario, and then likely down into the U.S. as well. And unfortunately, so that's kind of what we're seeing there. And then looking to the east a little bit more into Quebec, we see a kind of a pipeline going right through Labrador and heading out to Greenland, supplying them with a whole bunch of SO2 they really don't need. Not bad for Newfoundland here and Nova Scotia and PEI. But going a little further south, you do see quite a bit of SO2, and even this monstrosity coming over from Popocatépetl in Mexico City bringing up that SO2. You can certainly tell where the storm is, though, and that is sitting right there. That rain is doing a bang-up job washing a lot of that SO2 out of the air. So that storm is definitely helping the other one off the coastline here. If it draws that in, it may take care of a lot of that SO2 as well. Anyway, going back down into Mexico, yeah, Popocatépetl and Mexico City, what a mess. We do see everything else because of the wind currents here from Central America is being drawn up and into that mess as well. That pipeline going out to all the way to North Carolina. Hopefully it won't be too bad. Looking at what we've got from Colombia, that's still heading into the Pacific, which is okay. And of course we are seeing the stuff from Sabancaya that's been busy as all get out, and of course producing most of that in this area. Looking at some of these other plumes, though, we don't see too much there in Chile and those places, but this is interesting. And again, we're seeing more SO2 from this area. Is there something happening here that is causing the SO2 to come out? It looks like something right in this area, perhaps. Or we've got something else coming upward. I have no idea how this is working here. Anyway, White Isle volcano north of New Zealand are definitely still there. The oil refineries in Melbourne are still there. The coking plants are doing their thing. Looks like we've got another spot here that's off-gassing, and that would almost be in Tonga, or eastern portions of Tonga or Kermadec region, Kermadec Islands. This is Tofua, still doing its thing. Hard to tell what Yasur is doing, but Aoba and Agawa still are working away, not very hard. These are our friends in Papua New Guinea, mentioned earlier already, working away. And the Luotaluk is still doing its thing. That quake happened somewhere around here. Hopefully it didn't shake anything loose. Semeru doing its thing, Merapi doing its thing, and who's the winner today? Well, I think everybody's 50-50 here. Krakatau over here and Jakarta over here on the right hand side, and that color looks about equal all the way through. So we'll blame them both for that, and of course possible that we have something coming from Dempo as well. Currency and Marapi in this region, and then of course Sinabung up here doing its thing. Ibu and Dakono living over here and doing their thing as well. That streak that's going out here, that is from Mayon. And then of course we have Taal volcano as well as Manila, and possibly some off-gassing from the other big lake here as well. That is indeed a caldera as well. Moving along, looks like a pretty heavy-duty SO2 there in Taiwan, like normal, heavy pollution. And we do see Suwanoshijima has a plume as well, continuing its off-gassing. Not seeing quite as much from Sakurajima there, but still fairly heavy levels. And ASO looks like it's taking a little bit of a breather, although we do still see quite a bit of SO2 to the north of it. Moving over to Tokyo, we do see a little bit there, and even less over near Asama, but we do have the path going up as well. So Asama was producing heavier, it's lightened up a little bit. And there we go, and that's it for that area. China pretty normal, heavy in eastern portions of India, and not a surprise. And of course down here South Africa, Petrolia area, that is I think where the the gold mines are, but that is where they're creating a lot of SO2 there. And Democratic Republic of the Congo, we have Nyamuragira and Nyiragongo there, Goma 1 and 2 doing their thing. And of course we go over here, look for Erta Ale, can't tell what's Erta Ale and what's pollution from Saudi Arabia. And thanks, Sue, I knew you'd be proud of me. Oh, anyway, the red spots here, oil refineries in these places, and that is in Iraq, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and even in Beirut. And going over here, looking at what we see in western Turkey, it's still got quite a bit of SO2, not as bad as what it was. Most of that is drifted up here into the Black Sea, so interesting to see that, and not anywhere near as much coming from Mount Etna, so that is a good thing. Stromboli still hanging in there as well, so definitely nothing coming from Volcano. So Etna and Stromboli are off-gassing there. The rest of this is coming in from the north, from Greenland. Look at Greenland, the polluting place. It's got so many people there, they're polluting the world. Nah, I'm kidding. There's nobody there in Greenland to do that. That's all drifted across, and I'm not sure if it's from the Canadian fires or where it's coming from, but that has covered a chunk of Greenland, even along the coast here, pretty heavy, and of course over in Iceland as well. And that's not very good for them. Northern Scotland probably going to get a little bit yet. Irish Monk is okay though. He's living on the right side right now. He's got the good spot. And then it looks like Norway and Sweden, even the northern end of Finland and those places are getting some. Unfortunately, so lots of SO2 for everyone over there. And the strange plumes are going way up north. Hopefully some rain and showers will come along and wash that out of the air. And on that note, I will get you back over to some lovely canned lava and a guy holding up a phone. No? Anyway, let me get back onto that screen. Actually, I was looking for a different screen. I was trying to see if we could get that one working. Oh, it is working. That is pretty cool. One we haven't looked at yet, so for today, and that is Yellowstone National Park. And that, of course, works after the reboot. Not quite lined up, but close. So we see humanoid activity along the sidewalks, and pretty cool. Yellowstone National Park, for those who are not familiar with this website, they do have some, over 500 different active geysers there in Yellowstone, as well as multiple paths and camera systems that you can take a look at the still pictures, and of course this embedded video of the live action that happens there. Of course they have guest operators controlling the camera, so sometimes they're looking at things that have no rhyme or reason to them, but that is all okay. Anyway, that is Yellowstone National Park, so if you want to go see a Yogi or Boo Boo or any one of them, and a picnic basket, they may show one as well. Occasional Sasquatch, buffalo, or wolves, and what else have we seen there? Coyotes, crows, eagles, I don't know. I think that's about it. Okay, so let's put us back on the canned lava for now, and basically wrap up the stream for today, ladies and gentlemen. And I hope that it's okay. Let's see. I'm going to get, where do I want to go? I'm trying to get myself back to where I need to be on some of these spots. Darn it, I hate when that happens. Anyway, let's get back. Where is it? I need my lava. There's my lava. All right, on the right one. That's not my mouse. That's the previous mouse, or a hamster. What? Have we seen any bears in Yellowstone Cab? Yeah, a while ago. There was. It's actually quite some time back. I don't recall when, but they were just kind of booking it across the field, and we also seen the wolves, or a single wolf, I guess is what we call it, and I do believe it was a coyote there as well. I am not 100% sure because it was foggy when we seen that coyote. But the wolf was for sure, and the bear was for sure. The Sasquatch, iffy, could have been a few times. But, yep, that is something we did see there. Anyway, I think we're all good with that for now. Hopefully, Gren is here. Welcome, Gren. And it's a time to wrap up the stream. Well, rats, it's too bad I missed the bear. Darn it. Yeah, we'll have to maybe make a special note of that next time we see one. Because it hasn't been often. I think it was only twice that we had the bears in there. So, did you talk about the glacial outburst at... no, actually I didn't. That started yesterday. No, actually I wasn't even aware of that. Fata Yokel. Okay. I don't recall. Did you send me an email on that, Sue? I'm trying to look back here. I don't know if I had anything that drove me to it. Just Icelandic dropped a video on it. Oh, okay. I didn't see that one. So obviously something I missed. Darn it. I'm not sure why I missed it, but obviously I did. We'll have to see if we can figure out what's going on there for maybe tomorrow's show. We'll see what happens. Okay, yeah, that's all good, and I think we're going to wrap it up for today, and we'll see what we can do to check that one out. It's a fairly new info. Okay, thanks, Sue, and Vatna Yokolt. Yokolt? We'll undo that. I'm going to write that down. I got a bad memory. T-N-A Jokull. Okay, I got it written down. There we go. And thanks, Sue. We'll see what happens there. All right, well, I'll move this along a little bit because that wasn't a very good view there. Let's see if it gets any better. We'll leave it on that. All right, I will leave it right there, and I'm going to leave it on for another, hour and a half maybe or so on the canned lava here. And of course, you guys are welcome to watch Grimsvatn and Bardabunga area. Okay, up in that area. We'll take a look and see what we can find there. It's an alien spacecraft has come down. No, I want to see where the alien spacecraft is and go over here. So somewhere in this area, huh? Yep. Some little movements. This one is too far away. Yeah, still the same area. So interesting. So these three are from that area. I think one of the earthquake swarms in Iceland is close to where the flood was coming from. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, that would have been right in this area. So that's cool. Okay, let's leave it as that and put it back on the canned lava. We'll have to keep our eyes open and see what happens in the future. Just Icelandic. We'll have a look at his video later on when I can run it and be able to listen to it without having music playing, because of when I run this stream, if I leave the canned music on, I can't use the audio from his because it bleeds through. So unfortunately, the computer is not so sophisticated. Anyway, on those friendly notes, it's going to be time to wrap it up. I'm going to give a big thank you to our super chatters and gift givers. Thank you, Super Dave, for your super chat, and thank you, Irish Monk, or is it a Super Irish Monk, for your wonderful super chat. And also a big thank you to Super Sharon Stewart for gifting a 10-pack of a 1-month gift memberships. That is awesome. Thank you very kindly to all of you. Also, a big thank you to our wonderful Arizona Snowman, and a Piggy, and a Sue, and a C&D Boy, and Yvonne Kunkel, and Siggy, and Gary 24/7 Live, VZ Skies, Lucas Snow, Joseph Fields, Texas, and Mona Lisa Smiles. Thank you, moderators. I appreciate all your hard work, and thank you for being here. And on those notes, time to wrap it up, you guys. We'll see everyone tomorrow, and of course we're going to do our best to find out what else there might be in that area. Hopefully, and nothing too crazy, but hey, you never know, we could have an eruption. I don't know, I'd like to see an eruption, wouldn't you? Anyway, take care, everyone. Have a wonderful evening or morning or a day, depending on where you are around the planet. Take care of yourselves, and please, please, tell your loved ones that you love them tonight, for tomorrow is never promised. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. We'll see everyone tomorrow. Take care, and good night, and oink oink.